Good morning, my little mages. How are you guys today? Okay, so just a note here. I was editing this vlog. This vlog, keep in mind, is from 2020, like the very tail end. So it's going to talk about a little bit of COVID along with some other stuff that we got going on. This was a rough time in my life because my mother had technically died for about 7 minutes. She was still in the hospital, and I was just trying to kind of get on with life and just kind of handle things as they come, because when you're dealing with medical situations, that's really all you can do. You can't really prep for anything, and like if something hits the fan and things go terribly, you kind of have to deal with it a little chunk at a time. And that's kind of what I had to deal with. So this vlog is going to be about some stickers I made. Also, I got an order that I'm packing, as well as this is when the Critical Role Funko Pops came out, and I'd been looking for them everywhere. I couldn't find them, and my tiny little Walmart out in the middle of like the cornfields actually kind of had them. So excited to show those off. I know this vlog is like super out of date, and YouTube has since changed their policies so that anything mentioning COVID gets kind of pushed out of the algorithm a little bit. So I doubt this will get many views, and that's fine. I didn't want to cut or edit any of it out because it is part of history, and it's part of the things that happened, and it's part of my life, and I don't want to just edit it out. I know that's not really what I probably should do, but I just don't care. I want it there to be preserved for when I get older and I look back on stuff. So if you did happen to come across this video, please, I guess, like it, or leave a comment or something if you've been through similar stuff, or if I talk about some things that maybe you guys don't realize that's going on out in the countryside because of COVID. Like a bunch of YouTubers and stuff are calling it the big sick or 2020 or that thing, and not actually mentioning it, because it does, the algorithm does suppress it. So yeah, if you come across this video, good for you. I guess. I hope you enjoy it.
Hello, and welcome to the Rummaging Ferret.
Hi guys. So, I don't remember exactly how much I told you. I was supposed to be at I was at my mother's house for a good solid 2 weeks to take care of her after surgery, but she ended up having complications. But while so this is like 3rd week that she's in the hospital, she is supposed to be in and out in one day, and then I take care of her for like 2 weeks, and I work on my Etsy shop in that time. Well, I didn't get a chance to do that because I was constantly at the hospital. So I'm back home now, and I'm currently working on figuring out how to make sticker sheets on my Cricut. Now these I actually made at Mom's house. I haven't had time because I've been at work to go back and do everything and adjust the problems that I've had. My calibration for these sticker sheets is a bit off. So if you actually look, I don't know if the camera's going to focus, you might see that the holes are not quite where the holes should be. It's cutting a little, you see the black line there? I don't know if you can see that. I'm hoping you can see that. It needs to cut lower, so I need to calibrate my Cricut, which I don't think I've ever done. And hopefully I can get these sticker sheets up on Etsy soon. But these are my D&D sticker sheets. The colors need to be lightened on them, because when I printed on this glossy sticker paper, they kind of dulled out a bit. So I lightened them up in the program already, and I'm just gonna go ahead and reprint them and calibrate my Cricut. Probably calibrate the Cricut first, and then go about reprinting these, and then I can put these up in the shop. So hopefully I'll get that done today. I don't know if I actually will or not. I do have 3 days off in a row because work was trying to give me time to run back and forth to my mom's house. My brothers are currently there now, so I don't need to be there because there's only allowed 1 visitor per day. So if I go there, then my other brothers won't be able to go see her. So I decided to just stay home and work on my shop stuff. Second thing on the list, and those are D&D weapons and like potions and stuff, so they're kind of fantasy based sticker sheet. I've also had somebody order these.
I didn't do a large order of these. I get these made from Sticker App. They're really good company. They're really high quality. This is actually see-through vinyl. And they're really quite awesome. I love them. This particular design, somebody ordered 12 of these. Probably for coworkers and stuff. So I will be sending these out. It's Friday. I'm probably not going to be able to get them packaged and out today. I will probably throw it in the Dropbox this weekend. And they should be shipped on Monday. Because the post office will... Because I work early Monday morning before the post office even opens. And then I get off after the post office closes on Monday. So I'm going to just take these, throw these in the Dropbox. Because I can just put these in a letter envelope and send these off. And hopefully they'll get them soon. So thanks, Miss M. I don't know who you are. I think this is the first order that's not a friend of a friend. Or family or friends. So I think this is the first legit Etsy order that I've gotten that I don't know the person even remotely. Like, friends of friends I don't really know. I have a very small circle of friends, and I don't really know their friends too good. So, but I think these are from somebody I don't know. So I can't wait to send these off. They ordered 12 of them. So... Thanks, Miss M, you're totally rad! Right? Sound like some 80s or 90s sitcom show Next Door Neighbor, right? Like Tia and Tamara's next door neighbor that was constantly at their house. What was his name? Or like Stephen Urkel. Or like Step by Step had a neighbor, I think, that was constantly over at their house. Anyways. That being said, I'm gonna get those shipped off hopefully soon. I've got other designs too, if you want to take a look at them in my shop. Just go on Etsy, look for the Rummaging Ferret. Or you can find me on Instagram, or I'm on YouTube, of course. There's also a Facebook page. I've got 2 Facebook pages, actually. Most of them are just duplicate content, and then I've also got a DeviantArt account, too. But I've got, let's see here, 5 vinyl stickers that I sell. I'm gonna end up running out of, because I got a friend who wants me to save her some of the COVID stickers so she can buy those for her coworkers. So I'm probably going to take, once Miss M's order is shipped, I'm probably gonna take those off of the website for a bit until I can get some more made, because Sticker App is over in Sweden, so it takes a little bit for the stickers to get made and shipped over here. They have a fairly quick turnaround time. But still, with the mailing system being all out of whack because of COVID, I don't know how that's gonna go. But here's another one. This is my Adventure Hound. Now, this is based off my dog who passed away last Christmas. I used to take her camping all the time, and when she got older, I just stuck her in a backpack. And I would take her hiking on little day hikes. And we were at, actually, Bryson City. I don't know if you can see my shirt. Was actually where we used to go camping over in Deep Creek. I want to go back. I desperately missed it. I haven't had a vacation in like 2 years. Definitely had a vacation since I moved here. The only time I took off was really for mom's surgery, which was a couple weeks ago, and for my cousin's wedding, the July before last was the only time I've really taken off. So these guys, this is also based off of Hakuto. I like this one, because she always used to give me the side-eye, right? So I made a sticker with her giving side-eye. This is actually probably one of my favorites. It's the one I have on my sketchbook. Right. So if you want any of these stickers, check out my shop. I'm probably going to run out of the COVID ones soon, which is kind of good because they have a date on them. I'm not sure if I'm going to get those reprinted or not, because they are 2020, but a lot of people might want that sticker at the beginning of 2020. Like, I survived my... Where'd it go? It says, I survived my job, 2020, COVID-19. You know, and I made this for grocery workers like me, like my postal service lady who is always there. Even when she was pregnant, she was there. And now she works, like, instead of 6 days a week, she works, I think, like 5 now. She's awesome. She's the bomb. So shout out to postal workers everywhere, and especially my homegirl. here in my tiny little town. You'll probably never see this video, but I gave her one of these as a freebie, as a thank you for everything she's done, especially since she's been pregnant and doing this during COVID. But yeah, like, I used to do Instacart and stuff. I stopped doing it once COVID hit. But I got respect for them. Also, my brother is an Amazon worker, so I got a little Amazon package in there for him, because they've had strict rules that they've had to follow. And he's told me some things that have gone on there, about how somebody got a talking to, went on camera, they were 6 feet apart because there's a desk in between them, and yeah, so there's a lot of stuff, and he's doing his best to help make sure that we get our packages as soon and as fast as possible, and he's awesome. I think he's like a manager over there, but he does a lot, and I appreciate what he does. I should probably send him one of these, right? I'm gonna have to get more printed, I think. But just kind of honoring, you know, the nurses that are like taking care of my mom, who's been in ICU with other COVID patients. They've had to deal with a lot of death. While I was at the hospital, because my mom actually died and was resuscitated, they brought her back. I saw a lot of change out of patients in that ICU. Some that looked healthy that probably got out, and then others that I know passed because they passed while I was there. So they deal with death on a pretty regular basis, and that was down in Florida. And they tried to protect me and everything whenever I came to visit my mom. And they said that my mom needed to see me because she said that, all the nurses said, that was the biggest turnaround, was that we showed up and then all of a sudden she started to get better. And that might just be a fluke. The nurse might have just been saying that, but she seemed to really believe that. I'm not sure I do. I mean, I'm sure it helped to hear us. She started responding to us after that when she started getting more function, you know, when her blood pressure started to increase again. But anyways, I don't want to talk about my mom's stuff. She's had surgery after surgery after surgery, and it's like layers upon layers of just... I said I wasn't going to talk about this. Alright, so I'm switching topics. Anyway, so this sticker is for nurses like the ones that take care of my mom, like the postal workers that take care of me, like my brother who makes sure that my packages get here and go to and from, you know, and everything else, and that everybody gets what they need during COVID. Also for the grocery workers who don't have a choice because they don't have the income or, you know, the paid time off, because most of us are part-time employees, don't have paid time off to just take off during COVID. They have to work, whether they want to or not, because the bills still have to get paid. Also, too, for, you know, Instacart people. A lot of them lost their previous jobs and are working Instacart now. A lot of them are making really good money, or at least decent money, since COVID. And I think it's kind of tailed off a little bit, and more people are going and doing their shopping on their own, but... you know, for those people that risk getting sick to go out there and get you your stuff, you know, it's a big thing. And I've got a friend who's a factory worker. She saw a ton of layoffs. The only reason she didn't get laid off is because she could do about 3 different jobs. So she's the only reason, which she's doing 3 different jobs right now, because everybody else got canned and they'd rather pay one person for 3 jobs than 3 people for 3 different jobs, you know? So I've also got, you know, a factory in there, and it does have smoke coming out of, like, the tall chimneys and stuff like that. And also for the farm workers that I pass every day on my way to work who have taken a massive hit. Okay, I've seen guys out in their fields turning their crop over back into the soil because they can't sell it. A lot of them were smart and decided to grow cotton this year, but even I've seen bales of cotton still sitting out in the field not being sold, and they're just sitting on it. I mean, it stays, it holds. The cotton gin's busy, but I'm not sure they got enough orders coming in or going to keep up with demand. Or to keep up with the farmers' need to sell the stuff, not necessarily demand. I think they're sitting on more product than what they can sell, you know. And I'm hoping that changes with the Christmas season and everybody buys, like, Christmas pajamas and comfy clothes because a lot of people are home. I'm hoping that's the case, and I'm thinking the farmers are hoping that's the case, but I'm still seeing a lot of cotton still sitting out in the fields, either unpicked or just rolled in bales waiting to leave. I saw a lot of I saw a lot of corn dry up and die. Not get harvested, not get watered. That just died out in the field. That's not typically what happens. But I've seen a lot of farmers just cut the corn and part ways with it. And clean up their field. I've seen some weird crops this year. I think in a attempt to try to make some money off of something. But they're getting hit hard. They're getting hit really hard. And I don't think the news is reporting on it. They did at the start, and even now we're still seeing effects from it in the grocery business. We are limiting how much ham you can buy and how much turkey you can buy this year. You're limited to 2. I think ham you're limited to 1, but I might be wrong. But it's because farmers at the beginning of the year had to kill all their pigs because they couldn't sell them. So it was cheaper and easier to kill their pigs than to either watch them starve to death or not feed or water them, because it takes money to feed and water that much stock. So they just killed their pigs and let them meat. Maybe they gave it away or let it go rancid. You had dairy farmers that were just dumping milk because donation was full. All these donation places that they could have given it to didn't have the capacity to hold how much milk the farmers needed to dump. Not only that, but it wasn't bottled. There was no processing plant that was taking in their orders for how much milk these farmers were producing, so they were just dumping it. It's been crazy. I think beef's been a little bit higher demand, but things still aren't normal. You need to realize that stuff is still not normal. And your Thanksgiving or Christmas might be affected by it. So that was another reason why I included an old-fashioned tractor on my COVID sticker. Because they're going through a lot right now, and you may not be hearing about it, but hopefully cotton's going better this year. I'd hate to think that because a lot of farmers, when they realized that the food industry went bad, when the food industry was not doing good earlier this year, they all planted cotton. But now there might be an oversaturation of cotton and not enough buyers for it. So I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm seeing a lot of cotton just sitting. But we're not towards Thanksgiving yet. And there's been a fair number of people that have already bundled it up and sold it to a cotton gin. Some that are still have it sitting in the field that couldn't sell it all. And I'm sure the cotton gins are doing everything they can to help the farmers out. Because nobody wants to see a farmer go out of business around here. Ever. So... anyways, sorry. On to happier things. It's been a glum year for most of us. So I'm gonna get off this blog and get back to work and get back to doing stickers. And hopefully I'll see you soon. I gotta recalibrate the Cricut because my stickers are off. So hopefully I'll get a chance to do that. So I come home to work to this. This was my grandmother's microwave and is completely shattered. But it hasn't fallen apart yet. I did open it just to check. So it's a little busted there. It's perfectly flat and it had just shattered in place. It's like the weirdest thing. I don't know why it's like that. Nothing hit it. I don't know if it was a humidity thing or what. I mean, it's getting colder, but still. Alright. See ya. Just thought it was weird. So, I was at Walmart yesterday. I had to run to Walmart for a couple of things. Now, I live out in the middle of nowhere, so my Walmart is actually pretty small. But I needed, like, milk and stuff. Usually I'd buy it from work, but work is, like, almost a 40-minute drive, and I'm not driving 40 minutes for a jug of milk. So, I did that and drip pans, and I got some other stuff, and I had to pick up some ferret litter from Tractor Trailer Supply. But while I was there at Walmart, I live out in the middle of the countryside, okay? Next to my Walmart is an open field. Just keep that in mind, okay? I am not in the city. I am not, like, Walmart is next town over. You know, so it's, there's not a lot out here, okay? I play a lot of Dungeons, well, I used to play, when I lived in Atlanta, I played a lot of Dungeons & Dragons. I still do Dungeons & Dragons stuff, like I write I wrote an article, and I do Dungeons & Dragons drawings. I did a ghost for Bexham's Bazaar, which is a magazine that my friend Jim runs. But they actually had, I'm a big fan of Critical Role. And at my small-time Walmart, okay, their Funko Pop section is like maybe 2 foot by 3 feet, okay? It's small. They actually had, I have not been able to find these anywhere. They've been sold out of a lot of different places. Like when I was in Florida, I was looking for them. I checked Hot Topic while I was in Florida and some other places, and they've been sold out. I actually found 3 of the Funko Pop for Critical Role. This is Scanlan Short Halt. I kind of don't want to take him out of the plastic too much, but I'll do it. I'm going to display him and the others I have in a massive display that I have over there that I have yet to finish unpacking. But this is Scanlan. Yeah, he's a bard. So he's got Big B's hand. He used to use Big B's hand for everything, man. It's a really good show. It's a web show, but it's generated a lot of fandom. I didn't think so much out here, because there's nothing out here, but apparently there's some of us critters out in the middle of nowhere. Somebody had bought some, because I'm going to assume they got 2 of each in. So there was 1 Scanlan Short Halt left, there was 2 Keyleth, 2 Grog, which are the 3 that I got. If they got 1 of each of the sets, then Pike was missing, Vex and Vax were missing, and Percy. So I'm going to assume that somebody bought those, unless they just didn't order them in. And when I went to checkout Checkout didn't know what these were. Like, I had to get somebody to come in and do a price check for me and actually input the price because they weren't listed. It was weird. It was like, even Walmart's system is like, who is this? We're country registers. We don't know who this is, right? And then here's Keyleth. Oh, wow. Keyleth is actually pretty. She's so pretty, though. Check out the detail on her little cloak, right? I liked Kiki because she was a druid, but I didn't like Kiki because she was... she just kind of came off as dumb and obnoxious. That's Kiki. I love her design, though. But as a character, I never really got into her. The same person that played Kiki in that campaign plays Bo in this campaign. I love Bo. Bo's awesome. And then this is Grog. Grog's so cool, man. Look at him. Look at him. He's got his axe, and he's got like this, like most of them don't have that really cool poses if you are familiar with Funko Pop. But he's got like this really cool leaning on his axe pose. Oh, and he's got the bear tattoo on his back. Check that out. Right? So this is Grog's Strongjaw. He was the party's barbarian. But I was super excited to even find these. I'm gonna go ahead and just set those aside for right now. Anyways, super excited about that. I haven't bought anything for like myself in months. And after I got those, I went and I searched for Vax on a Flying Broom and bought that one because that was a special release for like Comic-Con or something. I think it went to Best Buy, had them for a while, but I don't remember. But I think those have been sold out from the start. So I got that one hopefully being shipped to me, but we'll see. And it's just, I needed a little bit of joy because these last 3 weeks have been trash. So yeah, I'm happy. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed me and my ferrets, it's free to subscribe. And remember, there's magic in art.